He took one final bite.
Right.
I am a revolutionary.
The people. I get high off the people.
I get high off the people.
Die high off the people.
We are here, the Nobody's Movie Review Podcast. Stan just walked out the room, but we are still here. On the
Hi,
new
everybody.
Nobody's Movie Review YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Anything y'all want to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta redo that.
Her background is crazy. Like, this is crazy.
You don't like my background?
Her background
What's
is
wrong
good.
with my background?
Can we stop? Can we gotta redo it when Stan come back? We having a whole
What's
conversation.
wrong with my background?
That's
Nothing's
not
wrong
Stan
with
having a
background.
conversation. That's Chanel's background.
That's
Yeah,
Stan.
what's wrong with it?
For that, guys.
I tell you, wait, is that the noise in your background, Nels?
It's just music. But I'm in the corner.
You might have to mute your joint while you're not speaking.
Yeah, you have to mute when you're not.
I just say you might have to.
No, she has to. She has to.
All right, so let me turn myself off or mute real quick. And then whenever I speak, I'll.
Go ahead, Stan. Stan, you start the show.
Hey, welcome to Nobody's Movie Reviews, the podcast the show where we spoil movies. I'm Stan, of course. I'm joined by KJ, Space Ghost, Cram, and It's Nails, who is also joined by the biggest piece of fish I've ever seen in my entire life.
We can't hear you. Remember, you have to unmute when you talk, Chanel.
This week, we watched Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes.
Quick synopsis of the movie. It's basically the story of Fred Hampton and the FBI informant William O'Neill, who infiltrated the Black Panthers to undermine the Black Panther movement. Starring Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield, Dominique. I can't remember her last name. Fishback. I was going to say Fish Hope, and I was like, no, that's.
Oh, I love her, man. She's great.
You know what's funny? She was on.
The James Franco show. I like it.
Yeah. You didn't like the show?
I love that show.
Oh yeah, it was really good. I knew it was gonna get canceled because I liked it.
I forgot what it's called.
But like, it's funny.
Stan, you're breaking up.
She's very versatile. She's a good actress.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
You were breaking up there. Stan.
What other movie did she play beforehand?
Oh, she's been in a lot of movies.
Oscar Isaac.
Stan, your mic or whatever is crazy.
All right, hang on. I gotta switch to my phone because this is not working. I'll be back.
Okay. But
go ahead, Craig.
This is my first time seeing something to this magnitude.
Seriously?
In regards to like Black Panther movements and parties and things like that, the Black Panther Party was definitely like a political movement. And this movie really gave me more insight as like into the police brutality. And,
wow. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really I always heard about it. I was always with the Black Power, but I didn't know any history of it. And what shocked me the most is that these were kids.
You didn't know anything about the story beforehand?
Nope. I never heard of Fred Hampton ever.
Oh, wow.
The only person I knew was Huey.
Wow,
Huey
that's a first. Your family never talked to you about the Black Panther movement and everything?
Black Panther movement, yeah, of course, but they've never spoke about these individuals.
Huey Newton.
Huey Newton was the only person's name I heard about, but that was due to school.
Okay.
So I knew about him, and then I didn't. When he went to jail, I thought it was over. That was the end of the story.
Nah, hell no.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was taught. So when Huey went to jail, that was the end of the story. But now I'm finding out Fred Hampton, a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, while he was 18 to 21, making movements.
Yeah.
Doing big things. And what I love about him, and I don't know if this, it makes me want to dig into so much. Like towards the end of the movie, they mentioned a biography with the whole testimony of William O'Neill. I want to
Yeah,
watch.
I watched
I'm gonna
that.
look for it.
I watched
Oh,
it.
yeah, I watched it. It's on YouTube. I watched it.
It's on
So
YouTube. Yeah,
I'm
it's on
definitely
YouTube.
gonna watch that. I recommend if anyone hasn't watched it, watch it. Definitely have to watch that. But what I respected and what I loved about what Fred Hampton was doing was no matter race, no matter color, no matter ethnicity, he said we got one common enemy. We all live in a fucking ghetto. He made a joke. He said he made a joke. He said I had to fucking fight with a rat over a parking spot. And he walked into the house with the preacher
With the
man.
rednecks?
Yep, with the rednecks. And I'm just
With
like,
the rednecks,
yo,
yeah.
he has a point. Like we got one common enemy, and that's the pigs. You know what I'm saying?
That's the government and the cops. Absolutely.
So I'm just like, yo, and the way that they took it in is like, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. When he went to see the other black people, the crowns. And it's like, I never knew. I said, who the fuck are the crowns?
Okay, that I've never heard of them either.
Never
so that was
heard
the
of the
first for me.
Crowns,
I've never heard of them.
The Crowns wasn't the Crowns is like before the Crips, I think. Like
no,
the Crowns
no.
were what became the Vice Lords.
Okay, Vice Lords. Yeah. I know it was something like that.
So the Crowns, right? And Jimmy had made a comment on this. Jimmy, one of the comrades of Fred, had made a comment was saying because Steele, the leader of the Crowns at the time, had made a comment saying we protected or we was with Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jimmy had rebutted and was like, well, he dead now, so y'all ain't really doing it. So that was
got shit to do. You might as well join the people.
Y'all really ain't doing shit, but he brought it in again.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we got a common enemy. You know what I'm saying? He said them white crackers and all them shit, they did that shit and posted all that negativity and trying to put us against each other, which brought me back to, when people say if they don't care about black on black crime, let them kill each other. I believe it now even more to learn about how the FBI was paying certain people and coercing people to do certain things, black people to turn on their own.
Oh yeah,
people
the government was
money.
rigged
forever.
This is so rigged. Like it makes you really put in depth about what is going on beforehand and what we're still dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? Like it gave an insight for people who didn't think that the government is crooked, a real good insight on what it is.
The crazy thing to me is like how anybody could justify
what was taking place.
Well, okay, because I'm curious as to William O'Neill's mindset, because like how do you justify it? Because like even in the beginning when he asked him how'd you feel when Martin Luther King died and how'd you feel when Malcolm X died, and he was very indifferent. And I can't imagine being black from Chicago, in the 60s and being indifferent to that. It's weird to me that he would be.
He was in a spot.
I think he did that on purpose
because he was in a spot. He
right,
was at a point where he could get locked up. He was at a point
sure,
to lose his life.
Sure.
He was doing it to save his own life.
To be in the middle,
I
exactly. I feel like he was
that.
being pressured, so he didn't want to say what yes or no to the answer.
Yeah.
So that's why he was in the middle of it.
But even he's going on record and saying that, like, he was against their ideals.
What?
Because like he's gone on the, because I did a little bit of a deep dive on him, and he's gone on the record. Well, like he's gone on the record saying that he didn't agree necessarily with the way the Panthers did things, but like he kind of considered himself an FBI agent. He wasn't. He was a snitch. He was an FBI informant.
He was an informant. But it basically
no. But the
he
details
killed himself
says
after that interview. After he revealed
but in the
he killed himself.
Also
he
says
did
that
commit suicide. So it had to weigh down on him. Like it had.
He committed suicide the day that the PBS broadcasting of the documentary aired on Martin Luther King Day. Ironically, too. What day? Why would you put it on an actual day? Like that, but
that was a tactic.
But exactly.
But if you watch that episode, if it's on YouTube, it's called Eyes on the Prize 2. If you watch it, it's not really just about that. It's about a lot of things that kind of connect. It's basically about how the government uses like the law and changes like just messes around with the law to get what they want and to oppress people, because they get into the prison riots, the Attica and things like that. So um the fact that he did commit suicide, it shows that he definitely weighed on him for a long time.
100%. And what I liked about the movie was the authenticity, the brother, like the way they depicted the brothers and the sisters.
Yeah.
It was
Oh my
dope.
God. Yeah, I can agree with that. I love
You know what I'm saying?
everything from beginning to end of that movie too. I agree.
Yeah, no, it was super. It was definitely dope, and I watched it, and I made sure I didn't miss a minute of it. And William O'Neill, I understand his point of view to a certain extent. He definitely was between a rock and a hard place. He was a pussy, and I say pussy
Definitely.
because he wasn't a real man. He ain't fire no gun. He ran and like when he walked into that bar to take that guy's car, he was a common thief, a low down, dirty thief. That's all he was. So
Right. I
when
agree.
so when and then what's funny was, remember when they pressed him and it was like, what's that talk about when they went after they seen the crowns? He's like, what's that talk about you in the badge? And he was like,
Yeah.
The way he got out of that.
But
it was true.
He just told
it was
the
the
truth.
truth though.
Exactly.
It was the truth though. But here's it.
Exactly.
He told the story. He took this from a pimp and this and that. And he took it from a pimp. He lying. He was stealing from the common black man, the regular, from other crowns. Mm-hmm. So I was like, ain't no way. But then you find out the truth later on in the bar towards the end of the movie, when the pimp gives him the paper with the drug inside of it and tells him to assassinate or whatever the case was, make him go away quietly in his sleep. But then it made me think too, the pimp
was working with the feds.
Was working with the FBI.
Yeah, because they asked the FBI asked him, "What do you need to keep doing his job?" He said, "I need a car." So then they set him up with that pimp to do that.
Exactly. I feel like if we each want to do our take of the whole movie, for me, I felt like it already made me feel the way I've already felt about the way that the justice system and the police and stuff when it comes to Black people and how we're being treated. It already, but it just enabled it even more with seeing that. I just feel like there were parts in the movie that really stood out to me. Like if I had to depict with Bill O'Neill and primary example, I think his name was Jake, the one that died, after he found out Jimmy got killed.
Jake Winters,
the one that
RZA.
The one after he found that, the one that found out that Jimmy got killed, whatever. Is that the similarities and the differences is what I could compare them to is, for one part of that movie, Jake actually was about to hop the fence and run from the cops and you saw how he was about to run away, but then he thought back and said, "No, I'm gonna die for my freedom. I'm gonna die for my right." He went back and died for a cause. Whereas I thought about Bill could have did the same thing. If you really wanted to, make a stance and prove a point and stuff, you didn't have to be you didn't have to be an informer. You could have just been like, I'm here for my people. I want to see my people.
He was
prosper.
a coward.
That's the thing. He never was.
He wasn't with it from the jump.
That's the thing. He wasn't with it. He never was.
He was a coward from the beginning.
Because even when they sentenced sorry, why is the name escaping me all of a sudden? Fred. Even when Fred goes to jail, he calls the FBI agent. He's like, "All right, he's in jail."
He said it's over,
done, right? Yeah, he's like, no, you're not done. Because and they used him for the duration of the sentence that he would have gotten. Like if he was legit, and he obviously we know from the very beginning that he wasn't. If he was legit, he would have just taken the time. He would just done the years. He would have done the 5 years that he would have got for stealing a car and taking it across state lines.
It was a thing of impersonating an agent. Like
that too. Sorry, that too. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna work up the courage and kill that special agent, because I thought he was gonna be so afraid that he'd kill him.
Hell no.
Even like the relationship with I think the movie kind of casts not a positive light, but it kind of like takes some of the the evilness, if you want to call it that, like off of the FBI agent, because really he was just doing his job. Like if anything, J. Edgar Hoover, I mean, it's no secret, J. Edgar Hoover was super racist and like just one of the worst people for Black people in history. So that conversation he had when he's asking him about his daughter, like, what are you gonna do when your daughter brings home a Negro? It's like it almost takes some of the blame off of him, because it's like he's just a guy doing his job, and he's caught up in the times, and he's just trying to do his job, and he's got a family and all this other stuff. So, but personally, I don't completely absolve him, because if you really, like anybody, if you in history, if you really feel like what you're doing is wrong, step away. But those people like that are going to be on the wrong side of history, and I think Bill O'Neill is one of those people.
I feel like we could have got a lot accomplished done if he was alive. I feel like the way the movement of getting all people from, it didn't matter what race you were, I felt like it made me feel like, damn, I really wish this would have happened, because we would have really seen what the turnout would have been in the near future for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that happened,
I feel like the world would have been different.
This is the after effect of Martin Luther King. He tried to do the same.
I understand that, but I'm thinking, yeah, this is after Martin Luther, after the King effect. But what I'm saying is,
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
But what I'm saying is the power that
tried to
possessed,
pick up where they left off, and
right. But what I'm saying is that the power that was held and possessed after that made me feel like, damn, I wonder what would have happened if this would have went through. You know what I'm saying?
Well, realistically, if you think about it, like, Fred Hampton was 20 in 1969. He'd likely still be alive if he wasn't assassinated. As a matter of fact, I forget his name. His son is the chairman now.
They just bought his house back. They were going to lose his house. They had a GoFundMe or whatever. Oh, nice. They got his house back. Now his house is a historic site now.
The guy with the glasses, he was I think Mark, you mentioned him. I forget his name. Not Jimmy, not Jake. He lived. He was one of the glasses. You know what I'm talking about. He was on The Wire. Okay. But anyway, he's still alive now. He actually became the first.
The one that told him the one that left the house before he got raided by the cops.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but he was one of close friends of Fred Hampton.
He's still alive now. He was I think he's either a senator or something in the first congressional district in Chicago, in Illinois.
So how you felt about the movie though? How you felt about the movie though, Stan? Like
I thought the movie was great. I really did, from beginning to end. I thought it was great because what it did was it took out it didn't feel like it wasn't a biopic. It didn't feel like a biopic. It felt like a crime thriller. Like if I'll take away everything historical about it, it's like a spy movie, and it's like the secrecy, the finding out about the
movie not about Fred Hampton at all. To me,
it's not.
He's just in
it's about his time. What he
right.
It was about what he.
No, it's about the traitor. I like the fact that
it's
about Billy. For once, we're putting the attention on the traitor. For once, we're putting attention on. I like when I see movies like that where it's not so focused on who the main character is. It's focusing on who the person that did him wrong. And I love this movie from beginning to end. I honestly think I can put this in one of the best Black films when it comes to depicting a leader that I've watched. Like Malcolm X is one of my favorite movies to watch. I would definitely put this in my top 5.
I like Craig from Friday.
Wait, what?
Craig from Friday. He's the leader. He's the best leader in the movie for me.
In this movie?
No, man. She said best Black leader movie or whatever. Oh.
It was definitely a dope movie.
You know what I mean when I say like blessed Black leader, like the empowerment movies. Shut up.
I'll definitely watch it again.
I watched it twice. I did. I watched it twice. I think the movie was good. I don't know. It was good. It was a good. I think some parts it was kind of slow, but it was overall it was a good movie though. I really like Dominique. I like
she was
her as an
good.
actress. I think she was incredible.
Apparently, like the scene with the poetry, like she wrote that herself.
No, I believe it.
Like because I think I watched some of the extras, and I don't know if it was Daniel Kaluuya that mentioned it or if it was Fred Jr. But they basically mentioned that what was her name in the movie?
Oh, I forgot, bro.
Because she changed her name. She changed her name to Akua. But
was it Dominic?
No, Dominic is a real name.
Dominic is a real name. Her name escapes me. But apparently, like she had given up poetry for the movement. Like she was just like, and it was to kind of show that a lot of people had given up, like a lot of what they were doing. Because even in the scene when they're canvassing on the street and they're talking to they're trying to get people to join, there's that one lady that he's like oh, do you have kids? And she's like, no. I was like, do your friends have kids? Because we do a free breakfast program.
Mm-hmm.
Like a scene or two later, you see her, she joined. So
yeah, she joined. She's in office.
Yeah, and you see a lot of these people. There were a lot of people that kind of gave up their a lot of their passions to kind of focus their energy on
others, but and on others, and because their whole movement was uplifting and bringing up the community together, and I respected that. And then when they fucking locked him up for stolen ice cream,
$72.
Crazy.
So I was like,
$72. So I did my research on that too, and I found out that wasn't even true. Of course, it wasn't true, but that wasn't even true.
So what did he get locked up for?
No, he did get locked up for it. What I'm saying was they made it up.
Yeah. Well, I know that much. I know that. Yeah. It was bullshit. But when you see the women in the street and you see the people turn around after being, told about what the purpose is for, like she didn't have kids, but you can do this for your friends' kids. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stop thinking about myself and I'm gonna do this for my friends' kids. And
sorry, go ahead.
When he was giving that whole long speech after finding out his girlfriend was pregnant, and she was crying, and then she was kind of shocked, like, you're gonna die, and you talking about dying high off the people, and you die for the people, and I'm pregnant with your child. And she was like, her poem was fucking deep. Mm-hmm. But I understood both perspectives of those two exchanges, and I thought it was so powerful. Like that speech, I would put that speech, and don't kill me I would put that speech up there with "I Have a Dream."
The what?
The Liberator.
I am a revolutionary. That shit.
The revolutionary speech.
Did you see the real one?
No, I didn't see the real one yet.
Yeah, I see the real one. That was just like a movie shit. That was some movie shit.
I thought he did a good job. From footage of Fred Hampton, I thought he did a pretty good job.
His accent, his accent slipped up too. Did y'all peep that? So the scene where Bill pulls up with the C4 in his trunk.
Yeah.
And then he's arguing, he's coming at him, he's like, "You're a fucking idiot." Yo, straight, are you an idiot? Like he sounded like something from the UK. I was like, yo, he just slipped. I heard him. Like,
the only thing I could say, like the manner slipped.
How do y'all feel about like UK people playing American leaders? Like
he is black.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel any kind of way about it.
Black American. He's from the UK.
No, he's still black. It doesn't matter. You think police brutality
really
doesn't happen in UK?
Man, I don't know about all that.
Police brutality happens in UK.
We don't know where his family came from. They probably fled to America, stolen slaves. They could have had the same history.
Mm-hmm.
He is black.
I will say, like a lot of these British black guys are a majority of them are better actors than we have here.
I don't know. That's the highest thing to say, Stan.
Who would you play that?
A lot of them are really good. How many?
Tyrese is amazing. Like, what are you talking about?
No, the fuck he's not.
Now you're out of control.
Now you're just being a dick. But who can you see playing that role?
Tyrese.
Besides him.
No. Like realistically though, there aren't
black
that many
American actors, man.
There aren't not.
I could have saw some people play that role.
Can you name
Maybe
more than five?
Let me go through the list. Let me find a list.
I would give it to Nate Parker.
Ain't Nate Parker?
I can see that.
Nate Parker is black American, right?
Yeah. But
that's
like, really,
the only person. That's the only person I get.
But here's the thing.
No, what about the dude from
There's so many.
What about the dude from the not Klansman, the other Superfly, not Superfly. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about? That's like
the guy from Blackish.
Why did they pick Tyler James
not
Williams?
The dude from Blackish, but you know,
the guy from Everybody Hates Chris.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, what's wrong?
No.
You being funny.
No. I'm just saying. I'm naming. He's around the age.
I'm talking about actors right now that
he's
can
right now.
You know who could have bodied that?
Who?
What's my man's name? And his name escapes me right now.
Derek Luke?
No. Derek Luke could do it. I think Derek Luke could pull it off.
I feel so bad.
That's why I said that Everybody Hates Chris kid.
Well, I mean, Daniel Kaluuya is not 20, so I mean, his age clearly isn't a big deal.
Or what about
somebody help me out?
Fisher dude? The Antoine Fisher dude is a good actor too.
Okay, no, there's a good one.
That's Derek Fisher.
Wait, y'all help me out.
Derek
my
Luke.
man, I want to say who it is, but I feel weird.
What?
Chicken Mahershala Ali?
Mahershala Ali? No, hell no. I'm tired of him.
I was about to say
really?
Mahershala Ali's not a black American either.
Nels, what's the dude name that played Black Panther? I feel so bad asking that.
Chadwick Boseman?
Chadwick Boseman.
He's also dead.
Yes. But
this he would have this was filmed before,
this movie was filmed a long time ago.
I get it.
Oh,
he would have bodied that.
Yeah. This interviews with Lakeith talking about it from 2017. Like,
well, the Lucas brothers were on a podcast I was listening to, and they've been trying to get this off the ground for a long time. It was gonna be something totally different. Yeah.
I'm glad they did it. The people needed to see that. And I asked people at work too if they've seen it.
There's up and coming black American actors that could do this role.
Yeah, people that we don't know about, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure
I've asked some colleagues if they've seen it, and they've taken it back from it, like, yo, that was crazy time. It was very, very powerful. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, right?
My mother told me about this when I asked her, because she told me she lived this, and I got a little viewpoint of her, and my stepdad would give me a little 2 points about what was going on. And they said, you wouldn't believe how much anger throughout that week when it happened, about how much retaliation that they wish they could have done when all of this was happening. And it's just like my mom said, it was just like a ripple effect of all the black leaders.
Why couldn't they do it?
It's not saying that they couldn't. It's just that they were afraid. My mom said that they were afraid after finding out someone getting killed in their sleep. My mom was just like, a lot of people felt afraid. They didn't know what to do.
Those are the times you're supposed to go. Like, that's a
war. That's easier. That's easier to say now.
After that means that you guys weren't functioning. You guys are just following the same thing Fred Hampton said. Are you guys for the fucking movement, or are y'all for me? Like, what are we doing here? That's the same thing he's saying. Y'all have to focus on the goal, not the person who's leading.
It's easy to say that. It's easy to say that after the fact. It's easier for me to say that.
This is coming out of Fred Hampton's mouth. When his wife was saying that shit, like when she was crying, like, damn, you're gonna die for this and that. He's like, are you for me, or are you for the movement? Like, it's like, I'm gonna be here for my kid if I can, but I'm here for a cause. Like, I'm fighting a cause. I don't give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than me.
Right. So when he gave the money to dude and told him to start that clinic, that was a big statement.
Yes. Yeah, but the money, they try to give him the money to run. Go ahead, go to Barbados, go to this and that. He's Algeria, like, use the money to build the clinic. It's bigger than me. Y'all following me, or are we doing this movie?
Name it after Jake Winters. I wonder if that clinic was ever established.
I have no idea.
Let's find out.
But there was definitely some moments in there where Fred Hampton, let you know and that moment right there when he was like, "Yo, this is not about me. Like y'all should be talking about."
That's what I'm saying. Because he knew
the
his
movement.
death was coming. He knew they was looking for him.
Exactly. He didn't know
He
he was
knew
gonna
that.
die.
So you
When they
guys can't
found out,
focus.
and
And
it
then when
was
he
almost
dies,
instant.
and you telling me that your mother and everybody was scared back then, that just negates everything he fought for.
No,
It
it
wasn't-
doesn't.
and
Because
that's what
people
I'm saying,
did. It
but hold
doesn't
on.
negate anything. It's
Hold
just
on.
my
Does.
mom and the way that
Hold
my
on,
mom and the
Paige.
people were feeling. I think, like my mom said, is that they didn't know what to do. It's like you done lost so many leaders. It's like every time a leader get ready to do something and make a change, they're getting assassinated or they're
Because
going
the
to
thing
jail.
is, we don't need the leaders. We need each
But
other.
hold on.
We need to be together
Space.
But you
for
could,
each other.
but what I'm
Remember what he
saying is
said.
collectively is that a lot of people didn't know what to do. It's the what do we do now part
You
is what I'm
keep
trying to explain to you.
going with
Yeah,
the
it's easier
fucking
said than
goal.
done. It's
The
easier
goal
said
don't
than done.
change.
But hold on, Space. Remember when Bill O'Neill came to him with the C4? He said we can blow up the building, the police department.
And he said,
He said then they
stupid.
gonna fuck it. He said that was the stupidest idea because he said what? You're gonna cause them to blow up XYZ.
Yeah,
and
they're
then we're
gonna
back
blow
at
us back. Yes.
That's right.
But
We
that's
can't
not
win
what
that
his
battle,
movement
so
was about. His movement
that-
wasn't about destroying the police. His
But
movement
that-
was
but
about
that con-
the freedom and for the people, but to progress as a group.
But I was just saying that statement alone supports what Chanel's her parents were telling her about the movement. It wasn't about fear. It's about, yeah, we can bomb and retaliate, but they're gonna come back 10 times harder.
Yeah, but
It's
my
not
thing
worth
is,
it.
They didn't know what to do, which means they weren't paying attention to what the goal was, or there was no goal. They didn't
That's
know
not
what the
true.
goal
They
was.
knew what the goal was.
It
So
was
It's
why
just, there
didn't
just
was
they
they
no
keep
way
didn't
it
to
with
want
the
to.
do
goal?
it.
So
They
why
didn't. They
are
knew
we
what the
still
goal
talking
was
about this till this day?
because
Because it's
first
easier
of
said
all,
than
it's
done.
not.
It's
Thank
easier.
you.
It's easier.
It's not about they
it's
It's
easier
didn't
for
know what the
People
it's
goal
say
easy
was.
that.
for
They
us
knew what
It's
the
to,
goal
about
was.
unity. If we can't
because
come
even
together,
now,
if we can't come
You
together,
can have unity and
never
It's
still
not
gonna
get
happen.
just
killed.
we though.
You
It's not
telling me
just
all the Black
not
Lives
just
Matter
black people.
protests that all of us getting together that people didn't beat us down, people didn't whoop our ass?
No.
Remember,
Come on.
it was
Come
white
on.
people,
And that's
Spanish
all of
people,
the people. That's
and black
everybody
people.
trying to right. That's
It was
everybody trying to come together
everybody,
and they
not
were
just
beating
blacks.
everybody's ass. Exactly.
You
So
can't
yeah,
do
you
this
can get a
here.
group of people collectively to make a statement and stuff, but it's the what happens when you do it. That's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah,
gotta have
it was
you
a
gotta have a goal.
collective effort from all races, not just one.
Even when I watch
well,
the movie, I still don't see his goal. Like, there's no goal. There's no, we want this. Okay, how do we get in this? Like, what are we doing with this?
His main goal was that clinic.
well, the
And
goal
he
was
got the money for it.
that
One of the
it's
main
still open.
goals
By
was
the way, I
that
just looked
clinic.
it up. It's still open.
That
It's
clinic,
still open. It's
feeding those
it's called
kids.
it's called the Jake. It's called the Jake Winners the Jake Winners Free People's Medical Care Center in Chicago.
Yeah, that was one of his main goals. Because remember when they told him Huey got locked up, he said, "It's not over. We're gonna keep going."
Not only that, a huge goal of his was the free breakfast program.
Right, that was another one he accomplished. They
I mean,
feed
and truthfully
3,000
speaking,
people.
I just look at since it is like the anniversary of like somewhat what we're thinking of Nip and stuff. It's just like Nip was probably about to be the up and coming person trying to make a difference in his community, and what happens? He gets assassinated and killed by a so-called traitor
Y'all
who
gotta
possibly
stop.
works
Y'all gotta
as an
stop
informant
letting
of
the
the
people
government.
dictate. You gotta stop letting these leaders dictate where y'all going. It's a group collective.
Well, then why don't you do it since
It's
you
a
have
group
so much
collect. I would
ammo?
never. I don't want to be a leader. I want everybody to come together and do the best they can for each
No
other.
one's gonna come together
It's not
without a
about
leader.
fucking a
I'm
I'm
leader.
sure we
Nobody's
all want
gonna
that
come
space.
together
I'm
about
sure
to
we
a
all
leader.
want
Trash,
that.
You have
Not a
to.
leader.
I'm sure
That
we
You
shit
have
is
all
to
want to
trash,
come
lead.
bro.
together.
You got to
That shit
lead
is
by
trash.
example.
Right.
If everybody is part of something, it's gonna go. It's we seen it with the stock market now. We seeing it. We seeing how groupthink works. If everybody thinks this way and they do it, same. It don't matter. Canceling people,
But you
same
don't
way. Even
you
whether
don't
you
think
like it or
that
not, these people come
you don't,
together and they're like, "We're not fucking with this guy. Get them the
but
fuck
you
out
don't
of
think
here."
that even with the Reddit stuff, yeah, it's groupthink, but you don't think that there's a leader involved. There's one person that
There's
decided
no one
at first.
person. That's what you think.
No, because one person had to make the decision first. One person had to make the decision, and
Yes,
everybody else
that's
It has to
followed
true.
that
be a
one
group.
person.
If
You
I
telling me
say,
5 different
because
people all
Stan,
decided at the
it's
same
more
time the
than one
same thing?
person.
No.
Stan, it's more than one person. Because if I say something today, myself, if I say something, y'all three are not gonna agree with it. It's gonna take
somebody
me
was.
and a
Somebody
couple
might.
other people, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay.
How do you know if we wouldn't agree? It depends on what's being said that we wouldn't agree with you.
Somewhere. But no,
It
not even
started
that. It had
with
to start from
one
somewhere.
person.
It had to start with one person with an idea.
You may not
That's how
have,
everything
you may not
starts.
take the role. I'm the leader, but they're following your ideal. Dr.
Somebody
Martin Luther
started
King had an idea. Everybody
Yeah, but
loved
there's
and
no
supported
leader.
it.
But it can't be. It can't be
He was the
a leader
face.
or a boss. It can't be like that.
It wasn't. It
Everybody
wasn't.
I'm not
has to
saying
be
it
on
has
equal
to be.
playing
It
field,
wasn't that.
and the goal has to be the same. There's no
That was.
leader.
It was the. They had a. They had a
Just
goal.
because I started it, if I die, the people that's in there got to keep going.
And that's what they did. But what did they have against them? The
It's not
systemic
about against-
racism.
You can't think about what's against you. You got to think about the
I'm
goal.
saying they kept. It didn't stop when Fred Hampton died. It didn't stop when Huey Newton died. They got.
But we
stopped.
still fighting today, so we didn't
Exactly.
accomplish much.
But,
Well,
we didn't
but
accomplish
hold on. What did we lose?
So
we
what's-
lost
what's
the support of all other
No,
cultures.
we lost more unity. We lost some unity.
Not
And we
within
not
ourselves.
together. We
lost
not
the
as
support
together
from
I agree,
everyone
Faith.
Would you
else.
think
We
that
did
back
lose
then
that.
they were more together than we are today?
Who did they have, bro? Listen, they had the
Do
whites.
you think that we were together
They
back
had
then
the
more than we
Spanish.
are today?
Bro, back then we were poor.
We poor now. What are you talking
But hear
about?
what I'm saying. When I'm saying we, I'm talking about white people, Spanish people,
Yo,
black people,
the
Indian
statistic.
people.
Here's a statistic for you for 2021. The average white household makes $150,000 a fucking year. The average white household. The average black household makes $17,000 a year. That's a statistic, and that's not even fucking. This is today in America. Today,
Nigga, and
so
and
we
you're-
did. We still
you're
in the
just-
same spot. You can't tell me
You're
we
not
didn't- we doing
listening to
something
what I'm
different.
telling you. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. You got one idea. If everybody supports it, then cool. Right now, only a small percentage is supporting that idea. Okay?
Why is that? Shan? Why?
Because it's
we're
not
together.
it's not appealing. It's not appealing to nobody else. You got to think about how this whole white privilege shit came about. They don't have to work hard for it. This average white household that make 150,000, what do they do for a living? It's probably one man or one woman working, having all the money because they had a great father that was handed down to them. They inherited it. Go into it. Think about the person who built up all of that bread and saved up, worked really hard and opened up all those chains of pieces on restaurants you were talking about before.
I mean, I could
These
just say
people-
Caribbean parents. Hello.
Caribbean parents, you got to work for what you want. But here's what we lost. We lost the support of all other cultures. Black people were alienated. White people were seen as in what do you call it? Fucking the majority at one time. When they're not. We are indeed statistically the majority. We come from we can retrace our
I'll
roots.
just tell you that right now. We don't act like it.
We've lost it.
We
Why?
so against each other. We so
We're
against
not.
each other.
But hold on though.
That we don't.
I feel like
that
we're
not-
back
that
to
we
the
not with it.
conversation from when we did.
We are.
The,
And I don't want
I
to
feel like we
get
back to
into
that
that.
conversation when we did American Skin about us not coming together.
It's the
But
same-
I
but
feel
it's
like
the same
but-
It's
conversation.
not
the
the
unity
same.
part
It's
I
not the
can
same.
agree with. The unity part I can agree with Facebook
But I will
because I feel
say,
like we should have stuck together. We should still stick together, but because everyone has so
Even in
many
the
differences
movie,
more
even
now
in the
than
movie,
ever.
even in the movie, you see Billy, he's against the blacks peoples. You see the dude, the doctor or whatever, he goes to the guy's house, he's trying to get him to help him. He wouldn't even help him. He called the cops on him. Like, this guy's outside my house with a gun.
He wasn't a doctor, he was a janitor.
Whatever, janitor. He knows he's the black person on the inside. He knows what happens.
What did
to
he
his
say?
friend.
What did he say? I ain't trying to lose my job.
Exactly.
What did Bill say? What did Bill
What
say?
is
I
more
ain't trying to lose
important,
my
man?
freedom.
What is more important?
Hold on.
You,
What
but
did
you
Bill
can't,
say?
you can't, you
Bill
can't,
said,
you
I'm
can't.
not trying to lose my freedom. It was survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but you
That's
can't
just-
think like that. You cannot
How else
think
is
like
you
that.
think?
I
How else
understand, but
you can't. It's
you
easy
gotta-
to say that. It's very
you
easy
got to
to say that.
acknowledge the fact that there are people
If
out
you
there
are
that do
for
that.
something, if we are together as a unit, if a black person comes to you, you have to, you gotta, it's a point in time where you have to make a decision. You have to
But
make a decision.
here's my
I'm
question
gonna be
to you,
for this
Dippin'.
black person. I'm not gonna be.
I can't
against this
blame
person.
anybody for not. I
Space.
can't blame anybody for not.
Would you agree with this? Would you agree with this, Space? Let's say, right? somebody come up with an idea. There's two people in the room. One person, they're on opposite sides of the room. One person has an idea, and there's 5 people over there. Another person on the other side of the room has an idea, and there's 2 people over there. Which idea would you assume is the better idea based off the volume of people? The one with the 5 people,
better
right?
idea?
Right.
No. This is the point. There's 5 people over there with an idea. There's 5 people over there with an idea. 3 of them are white.
No,
There's 3 people over here with an idea, and they're black. I'm going over there with the black people.
Well, you can't.
Just to keep it real.
That's the problem.
I have to use the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Put your thing up. But that's the problem that we have.
What are you talking about, Cram?
We
the problem
can't
we
do
have
this.
is that we are not together.
We nowadays we can do it. The
How do you know that those 2 people don't have a better idea?
Here's what I'm saying. People go with the popular fucking vote. The most popular. You ain't.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
I didn't say you personally. I'm saying in general. Listen to me. When's the first time you heard about the stock market? The very first time in your life you heard about the stock market.
My father, I was like 3.
Okay, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. From the age of 3 to, let's say, to the age of 18, had you owned any stock that you personally bought?
I had no job. I had no money.
Listen to what I'm asking you. From the age of 3 to 18, did you own any stock? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
I had no job. I had no money.
From the age of 18 to 21, did you own any stock?
Yeah.
Okay. You bought it on your own.
It was part of my job. They gave it to me.
Okay. So what did you do with that stock at that time?
What are you talking? I didn't do shit. I just left it sitting there. It's still there.
I understand that, but was it something like how stock market is right now? Was it something like that was on your front too right now?
No, right now I have the money to do it.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I had a 401k since I was working. I've been working since I was 15. I've had a 401k since I've been working.
Hold on. So I'm trying to get you to see the point.
You're telling me about stocks, but what do you?
No. I'm not telling you about stocks. I'm
a different type of nigga. I'm not.
Listen. Just listen, bro. Listen.
Go ahead.
Before it became popular in the black community,
I don't give a fuck about the black community.
You only bought that stock because your job allowed you to.
No, they offered it to me with my 401k.
I understand that.
My father told me when I was young, if they get a 401k, keep it. And I've had a 401k since I was 15. Since I was working since 15.
I hear you.
You're not going to tell me I didn't know about
stocks. Raised you right.
I didn't say. I'm not saying you don't know about it. I'm trying to say nobody talked about it when you was 21 years old.
Yes,
it wasn't
to you. To me, it's I'm a different type of dude.
So that's what I'm saying. KJ,
I think the average person didn't know.
I'm
not average.
Space Ghost.
We're not talking about you.
We're not talking
about you.
We're talking
about the average person.
The average person.
Don't put my name in it.
You were the average
you
person at
always
one
put
point.
yourself
I'm
in
still
that
the
way.
average person.
You're not listening.
No, not when you're saying collectively that we all didn't have the same kind of conversations that you had. And you're sitting there trying, don't put me in a category. We're not putting you in a category. We're just telling you collectively as the 3 of us and other people in the world, we never had that conversation.
I've been knowing about stocks since I was 3 years old. It's not a fucking.
But we're not talking about you. We're talking about what I'm trying to get you to see
is that let's say from 2020 to now, you are all about stock. Let's just say hypothetically.
No, but digital currency is a different thing.
Hold on. You're all about stock for this the last 3 years. Let's say.
Hold on. Mark.
Where was your mental at before the stock became prop?
Okay, listen, Cram, listen. Are you listening? In the past 3 years, there is a shift happening. There's a shift happening in the market. It's like Jay-Z dropped an album in the stock market. Like it's a shift happening now. That's why it's so prevalent. That's why the conversation is being had so much today by everybody, because there is a shift happening. It's something happening. Whether you know it or whether you don't,
And then what I'm trying to tell you is this:
stock world, in the Wall Street world,
listen
something
to me,
is
Space.
happening where things are shifting around.
Please listen to me. I agree with you, but who makes up the stock market? Listen to me. Don't say nothing. Listen, it's not just Black people. It is all ethnicities.
It's the world.
Black Panther Party,
world, yes.
Fred Hampton had all races with him.
Yes.
We as Black people cannot do it alone. We need support from all other races. We have to do it as one. So you telling me you're gonna go over to a group of people that's where it's Black? That's wrong.
Yes.
Ideology.
That's where my priorities lie. I'm sorry.
That's not. But I respect it and I support it. But if
the white people want to come and
this
join
is going
us,
to work out,
but my priority
we have to
is
play as a team. We have to play as a team.
I get it. I'm not shutting them out. I'm just telling you where my priorities are.
But you're going to lose.
It don't get who are you to tell them that they're gonna lose?
It's been proven.
We gotta go to Atlanta. Whenever you're free, me and you gotta go to Atlanta because I want to show you some shit.
History has proven it.
Me and you gotta go to Atlanta because I gotta show you some shit. Let's just leave it at that.
I think
the Black Wakanda is in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wakanda is in Atlanta, and I gotta show you.
Atlanta is, yes, for sure.
Go ahead.
You won't be saying this. You won't be saying all this. We gotta come together as
Atlanta.
If I take you to Wakanda, you're gonna be like, "Nah, I'm staying with the Blacks. I'm staying here."
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Atlanta is only fucking what 10% of the United States of America.
It don't matter. It's majority Black, and that's what matters. And I want you to see it. I want you to see it because what you're speaking from is from a mind of something you haven't seen. And when you see
I'm speaking from a broader perspective. I
understand. No, it's great. That's great. It's fine. And Atlanta is broad too. But if you see it with your eyes, you think differently. You're like, oh, we could do it. Like it could happen. This could happen. This could work.
I think there's the one major thing we're not pointing out is that so when we saw it in the movie and we're seeing it now, it's just different. The amount of undermining other people play in all this stuff, because we saw it in when the FBI basically wrote that pamphlet that they sent
that
out,
letter to put each other against, yeah.
And so they do that now. If you don't think they're doing that now with social media, you're lost. It's exactly what's happening now. And I'm saying I'm not saying it's the FBI. I'm saying there are parties around that are undermining everything that you're saying that we should try to accomplish. And I agree with you. We should accomplish those things. I'd love, we go throughout history. We see the impact and the contributions that Black people have made throughout history, and it's insane. Like if we, I say it joking around, but like if Black people if they were never brought here, if Black people were never brought here, like we would be flourishing, and white people would be sitting in the huts with not knowing what penicillin is. So I understand the contributions that Black people have brought to not just the United States but to the world.
No,
but let's be fair. Let's be real. There are people out there who don't want that, and they undermine Black people every step of the way. Whether it's out in the open or it's not.
Can I just say that sometimes our contributions to our Black community, they steal, like the NAACP have stolen money from their own people, which meaning hurting, i.e. us, that they have stolen money that we have donated to them. And then it's like, you can't even trust your own people. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's why we can't work as a team. That's why it never works out.
Because at the end of the day, we are human. Humans are shitty.
Think of it like this.
If it's for the goal,
humans are shitty, but think of it like this.
You have to start with goals. You can't have a company that with no goals and you giving them money to do something, but they don't have no goals. They're gonna steal it because they don't got shit to do. You can't. What's the NAACP do? Nobody could tell me. Nobody could tell me.
No. So here's what I'm saying is that you saying a goal. They have a goal. The goal is for us to distribute money towards whatever that we need, whether it's federal aid, whether it's for schools,
legal aid,
for the communities and stuff. But they've been stealing. And also, I've read, I read an article. Hold on, Stan, real quick. For primary example, I know you're Haitian, and when Sandy had happened, the Red Cross had lost over half a
And
billion
Wyclef.
dollars worth of money. Yeah, $500 million worth of money that was supposed to go towards rebuilding Haiti, and no one knows where that money went. And it
Oh,
just
we know where
goes
it
to
went.
show you, like,
We know.
I mean, we know where it
I
went, but what
I
I'm
can
saying
I can tell you
is,
where it went.
what
I
I'm
can tell you
saying
Bill
exactly where it
is,
Clinton's
went.
we
pocket.
want to pour, we want to do unity,
Thank
and we
you.
want to pour things into each other. But then you have people who are only for themselves and survival, where they steal money from the people.
Right. And like, I listen. I agree with you 100%. Like going back to just to the Haiti thing. Like Space was right. Now all that money went right into the Clintons' pockets. Right into the Clintons' pockets. They put in the president that they wanted in Haiti, then a president that wasn't voted in, a president that wasn't elected, a president that was
Can we go back
inept.
to the movie? You talking about Haiti.
I'm just saying, like that's what we know where the money went. But let me ask you guys a question: if today someone said, "All right, all black people, we're all going back. We're all going back to Africa. We're gonna everything we invented, we're taking away
What makes you think that we're all from Africa?
wherever. It doesn't have to be Africa. I'm just saying we
No, but
we all
what makes you
decided.
think that? Because a lot of people are from here. A lot of black
understand-
people are Native
I'm
American.
not saying. I'm not
The
saying
motherland is in Africa.
Hold on. But a
What
lot
I- what
of
I'm-
black
what I'm-
people are from America, the Native American.
Right. Okay. But what I'm saying to you is, it doesn't matter. I'm not. I'm saying if one person or whoever, a group of people, a contingency decided, okay, we've had enough of the United
Why
States.
do we have to go, Stan? Why can't
What-
the
I'm-
white
I'm
people go
asking-
back? Why
let
we
me-
gotta
Can
go
you
back?
But
let him
that's a good
speak?
question.
Can you let him?
Where do
They're
First of all,
the
hold
fucking
on,
people
hold
who
on.
came.
Can you
not
let
us.
Stan
Let me
finish?
finish.
Can you let him finish? Jesus
I'm
Christ!
saying,
You stay talking over
if
people.
if a group or whatever decided and said, whoever decides they want to represent anybody that wants out, and it's like, listen, we're done. We don't want to be here anymore, or we're either whether we're gonna drive everybody out that doesn't want to be here, or we're gonna leave ourselves. Whatever it is, do you think that everybody that is supposedly part of that contingency would go? If you said all black people, would like all Haitians, all Jamaican, whatever, whoever it is, whoever that group is, if you said, yeah, let's all fucking do our own thing elsewhere, do you think everybody would go?
I
think not.
believe
I don't think everybody would go.
if you dressed it up with a pretty bow, I think they would go.
I don't know. White people need to go. We don't need to go anywhere.
They don't have a country to go back to.
What are you talking about?
White
They are
people do
from
not
Britain. They could
Hold
go
on.
back to London. They
White
could go
people
back
are not a
to
race. White-
Ireland.
being white
All
is
these
not a
places.
race.
Send them back. Why the fuck do we have to go?
Because we
were
actually
here
have
before
a
We
them.
actually have a place to go back
to
to.
return
We have
We
a
to.
were
place to go back
here
to.
before
White
them.
people are fucking made in a lab.
Take them
They
to the
don't have a
Caucasus
race.
Mountains. That's where they from.
No
Why
disrespect to
do
white
we
people.
have to leave all the time? Why is it going back for us? Like, we've been here.
If
were
we
Native
left,
Americans.
if we left, the United States of America would be turned up into shit.
How about this?
They'd
If
be-
we
they'd be in
just
shambles.
said, if
It
we
would
just
be
said,
in shambles. We would
how about
shake the
this? If we
table
just said
of
we're
earth.
not gonna spend money for the next 5 days, the
Okay,
world will
that
flip
even
over.
that, even that
that
The
on such
world
a
will
small
flip
scale.
over.
But do you think everybody would do it?
No,
Because you got to
that's
put a
what I'm
nice
saying.
bow on it. What is in it for me?
just say if you
Right.
hold your money for 2 days, black people. If you hold your
No,
money
you know
for
what's so
2
funny?
days,
They're not
How
doing
do I
that.
get
benefit?
They need a
from that?
public
30%
figure.
interest.
You would need
You
a
get
public figure for
30%
everyone to
interest
follow that
on
direction.
any money that you have in your hand.
No, you need a public
How do
figure.
I
Like the
benefit
primary
from that?
example, you need a public figure. Like if Jay-Z was to say, people probably would do it. But like Dave Chappelle, when he said, "Oh, I don't want people watching my movie," everybody stopped watching it.
No, but everybody didn't stop watching. They just watching. On
Everybody
YouTube.
stopped watching the Dave Chappelle show when he said, "Don't
They just
watch
watched
it."
it on
All of
YouTube.
his
They didn't,
fans.
but they didn't watch it where it was.
Yeah, they didn't watch
They-
it where he said to. So this is the thing. But if somebody said, I'm gonna give you 30% on you any amount of money you have in your account right now, right? You'll be 30% richer if you just don't spend money for 2 days.
They would definitely they would consider the likelihood of them accepting that would be up because they're benefiting from it.
That's what
If
I'm
you
trying to
just
say.
doing it from a state
That's-
of mind to make a
That's
point,
human nature.
Niggas ain't doing
we
that
can do
shit.
that. We can, but I'm saying that we as a collective, black people, we as a collective can literally do that. We can literally do that.
But
We
understand,
we can pick a coin, pick a Bitcoin, pick a whatever, and
don't
say,
talk about stocks.
But
This
listen,
is
look, that's how
about
stocks fucking work. If we
listen.
say, if
No,
we say,
no, listen. You keep
listen,
you
see
keep
now,
doing. Look,
because I said
take
stock,
it back to
you
Fred
fucking,
Hampton.
you fucking fall
Take it back
apart
to Fred
and think the
Hampton.
white man is involved. You missing out.
Take it back
on
to
what
Fred
I'm telling
Hampton.
you.
Take it back to Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton said to the
wait,
lady
listen.
when he stopped in the street, "You have kids."
Can I explain?
gotta go
Because
to
you
work.
sound ignorant and dumb. I'm trying to tell you financial freedom, and you don't even hear it.
Bro, that's not. That's a collective
Listen,
thing, bro.
listen to
That's
my
a collective thing. That
listen
has
to
nothing
my
do with
brain.
black
Listen,
culture.
wait, listen. Just listen. Let me put this in perspective for you. Your daughter creates a pen. This is Dove pens, right? She has a stock, penny stock for 1 cent. 1 cent. And let's say the world, Jay-Z comes and says, "Hey, people, we will get all your return. You'll get 30 cents."
Who is the people? Who is the people? Who's the people?
The world.
Who's the
Everybody
people?
in the world. Everybody in the world.
Okay, all races. Okay.
All races. Doesn't matter who it is. You will get 30% more on your money if you put it in Dub's pen and let it sit there for 2 days. How many people, if everybody put their money there and raise the stock, it'll be way more than 30%. It'll be 600%.
That is the point I'm trying to make, you fucking birdhead. You're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you.
Now
the stock market is
comprised. The point you're trying to make. This is crazy.
The stock market is comprised of all people in the world.
Yeah, but you're not listening. You're not listening. You're just hearing the negative. You're not hearing the positive. Because you have money, they don't give a fuck.
Is against
if the market don't give a fuck if you're black or white. If you're black and you can benefit from it,
how is the stock market gonna stop the police brutality and the black males and women being killed?
The niggas can't.
If I could
buy the police station, there will be no fucking cops.
That's not how that works.
Now you sound ignorant.
If I buy the fucking building, they can't do shit in there.
That's not how it works, bro.
That's not how that works.
How do politics work? With money, right? So if we got all the fucking money, what the fuck they gonna do?
Bro, that don't.
You sound
ignorant.
You sound ignorant, dumb.
You can't buy
politics work off money. States work off money. We have all the money.
I wish it was that easy. I really wish it was that easy. You make it seem like it's just a walk in the park. You make it seem like it's just a walk in the park. It's really not.
So we be broke forever. Let's just be broke forever. Fuck it.
You can't.
Y'all want to be broke forever?
Let's be broke systemic racism.
It does not.
You can't just buy.
It don't matter. It don't matter. If you can buy them out and create Wakanda, you will create Wakanda, my nigga.
Bro, but you telling me you trying to start from something that has to do with the entire.
Y'all never seen it, so I can't. I'm speaking to people who are blind and just want to give you.
What we're saying is,
I don't think you understand what we're trying to tell you.
You can't.
You're trying to tell me that it's not possible when it is 100%.
How is that going to fix?
You're telling me
systemic.
It's not about fixing. It's about washing it away. It's about putting it in a different location. It's not about, you're never gonna fix
one way. Hold on.
The thing is, you're never gonna fix something. You're trying to fix something that's unfixable. So the way you fix it is to get rid of it by moving it to where it can't fucking breathe.
Where?
You breathe it, you take the fucking air out the room. So if they are using money against us, we get the money to beat it.
Space Ghost, it's not about money.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's not about money. You don't understand.
Politics is not about money, Cram.
No, it's not.
Politics is not about money.
We're not talking. Personally, I'm not talking about politics.
All right.
I'm not talking about politics. Personally, I'm not talking about politics. What I'm saying is,
it's not about money. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Because we broke and we got
just throw money at.
But all the rich people don't got no problem.
I'm saying you can't throw money.
People get killed too.
I get it. But
from the police.
I'm not saying that. Go ahead. Look at Newark.
We're talking about police.
Just look at Newark. That's all I'm saying. Look at Newark. Look at Atlanta.
That's such a small scale, dude.
This is 10% of the world.
You gotta look at the bigger picture. Scope out.
You telling me?
Atlanta's not a rich city.
But it's not about that. It's us policing each other. It's not about It's not about that. If we
Where
have
have you
us
seen
fucking killing each other,
in
I'd
in
rather know
Atlanta?
who's killing
Hold
me
on a
from the
second, hold
gangs
on.
that are there
We're
than
talking
the
about
fucking
you're
police.
talking about policing each other. So hold on, Atlanta police each other.
All right, I'm done, man. I'm done, Cram.
The community in
I'm
Atlanta.
done, Cram. Look at Newark. Just say, look at Newark. Look at Newark.
Wakanda, they police each other.
Yo, my nigga, look at Newark. That's all I gotta say. Just look at Newark.
What the fuck is Newark?
So if I
Okay,
go to
let's
Newark
just
right
go
now,
back.
the-
The main
you-
focus is
come
the
on,
movie,
man.
so we
Hold
need
on.
to circle
If I
back
go
to
to
the
Newark
movie.
right now,
That's what I'm trying to keep
What's
it
it
there.
say? What's it say?
like what is it?
Systemic racism.
Put police
is
and put
something that's-
Newark
If,
and Google it.
if
Bro,
but what my
The-
point,
the only
what
thing
I'm
that-
trying to
the
say
only
is,
way-
if
hold
I go
on,
to Newark
Stan,
right
hold
now,
on.
are the cops not going to stop me?
hold
Because
on, Stan.
It's
The
not about
only
that.
way
You're not-
I would
yeah.
understand your point with in regards to police in Newark, if the entire Newark police force is black.
It's
That's
not
the
about them
only
being
way I would
black.
believe it.
It's not about them being black.
Yes,
it's about
it is.
You fucking idiots. You're a fucking idiot. And that's
You gotta listen to yourself.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing
You
with
have to
idiot,
put
with idiocracy. I'm
A
just not.
Fred Hampton,
I'm just
up
not about.
here
I'm not arguing. I'm
in
not
high
arguing with idiocracy. I'm just
power.
not.
You
It's
have
not
to
about
put a
them being
Henry,
black or white.
you have to put a
It's not
Huey
about them
Newton
being black or
in
white.
high
It's about
power.
who
Hold on,
has
so
more
what-
power
so what is it about?
over the fucking community. That's all it is. If the
Bro.
politicians are black, if the fucking mayor is black, if this person is black, the police can't
Yes.
do shit. The police
Look
can't do
at
shit.
Atlanta.
And how do they
Look
get
at
in power?
Atlanta.
From the fucking money.
They
It's
came
not. There's
together
no other
and put
fucking
that
way.
black governor, a black senator, or whatever it was.
A
back
black governor,
in
a black
office.
senator, a black judges in the office.
Everything
That is
has
all.
to
That has
be
nothing to do
black.
with police. That
Has nothing to do with
police.
money.
It has nothing to do
Stock
with money.
market is not going to give us.
It has
black
nothing to do with money. Just
representatives.
say tell me that has nothing to do with money.
It has
Oh, you're an
nothing to
idiot.
do with
You're an
money.
idiot.
It's
That's
the
it. You're an idiot.
people.
You're dumb.
It's the
You're
people.
dumb. It has nothing to do with money. You're right. Because we
Bro.
pay taxes, right?
Me and
We pay
Stan are
taxes.
just sitting here
How
watching
does the
y'all go
governor
at
get
it.
paid? Scram. How does
What
the
is
governor
the-
get paid?
Bro,
How
if
does
we
the
put-
governor get paid, Cram?
if we put black people in those
come
higher
on,
positions,
Stop.
if we put black people in those higher positions,
For real, stop.
like the presidency, the House of Congress,
Mhm.
the government, you put black people
How do they
that
get
represent
paid though? How do they
black
get paid
people,
though? How do those people get paid though?
the people.
How
do they-
So it's not
how do
about
they
money
get-
though. But it's not about money. It's not about
Bro.
money.
They
Who
not
pays
get-
them, Cram?
How
Who
much?
fucking
Hold on a second.
pays them?
You're not even listening.
You said Fred
you're
Hampton's
blinded.
words out your fucking mouth.
Y'all are going in right
Yo,
now,
yo, you
and
sound
Fred
we have
Hampton's
steered
words
away
out your
from the
fucking mouth.
movie.
The
We have
people
steered away
pays
from
them.
the
So
movie.
who has the fucking power? The fucking people.
So how do you-
The
get
money-
in the
how do you
fucking
keep-
stock market, get the money, get the power, and put it in the people's hands. Stop fucking telling me.
If it was
what's
that
I
easy,
can't.
why
I'm
isn't
still
anybody
good. I
doing it?
still got to go to court to a white man. I got all the money in my pocket, right?
Yep.
Who's still judging me at the end of the day? The white
who you
man.
paying? Your lawyer or the judge?
No, but you can have all the money and still get rolled
Who you-
over by the
what you
by the
doing?
judge.
So you
by
did
the
something
system.
illegal to get
Stop.
to court. Why are you going
Stop
to court
acting
for?
like don't say that. Stop acting like you cannot have
all
all the
I'm
money in
trying
the
to
world and
say
still
is-
get ran over by the
Uh-huh.
police. Come on,
I'm not
It's
by the
not gonna
judges.
I'm not
stop
talking
it.
about.
It's not gonna
You guys
stop
are
the
talking on a
violence.
little level like this. Scope
No,
out.
I'm not talking
Scope
about.
out and look at your
I
fucking
heard
neighborhood.
everything you said.
Look at
I
your
heard
fucking
everything you
neighborhood. Look
said.
at the city. Look at the
It's
state
not gonna.
you're in.
It's not gonna
Scope
stop.
the fuck out. Stop thinking about you going to
You
court
doing
because
that.
of
You
a white
focusing on
man.
Atlanta.
Think about your
Going into
fucking
Wakanda.
children 30 years from now going to court and seeing a black person there. That's what you got to think about. Not the fucking little shit
But
that's
how do
going
we
on
get
right
there?
now.
We get there by votes. We don't get there by money.
All right, we gonna get there by
The
money.
vote,
All right, cool.
the
All right, cool. No,
people-
we don't get there by money.
We
Just
don't
leave
get
it at
the.
that.
You got
arguing
this
no more. I'm not arguing
idea
no
in
more.
your head
I'm not arguing no more.
that okay. Think of it like this.
So
Think
if
of it
so,
like
if you was
this.
to give a blueprint, Space Ghost, about how we gonna get there, we're seeing a black person.
Who we paying? Who
important
we
to them.
paying for these
No.
positions?
Your
What's the
taxes,
blueprint? How?
your
No.
taxes
What's the
directly
blueprint? How do you
affect
get there?
who is in the fucking political seats. If you
No,
don't
it
pay-
does not.
All right. So how the fuck do
Give me one fact.
Can you
Give me
stop?
one
Can you
fact and an
stop?
example of that.
how
is
do
that
these
possible?
people get
All
paid,
right,
Graham?
you guys, we're
There's no
steering away from
salary.
the movie
There's
review.
they're not selling goods and services. They're not selling you a ham hock and giving you $10. They are a fucking politician. They're being paid by you. You are paying them.
Right, and they work for the people.
Exactly.
They put laws in place.
So if the
They
people are
put-
putting their money to you, who are you gonna vote for?
But
Look
the
at
people is
Atlanta.
power.
Again, look
The
at Atlanta.
people is
Again, look at
power.
Atlanta. Again, go to Atlanta. Google Atlanta. Who just got appointed in Atlanta? Why? Because the people put their fucking money towards the person who
Nigga,
fucking
it wasn't
matters.
money. It was a fucking
all right,
vote.
Because who pays that person, Cram?
It was a vote.
Who pays that person, Cram?
It don't
Who
matter.
pays? How does that person get paid?
That?
They got voted in. How does that person get paid?
I understand
our
the logic
taxes.
behind
By
it.
our taxes. Okay.
I
You think
understand
they're
that.
gonna vote for somebody who they're not paying for?
Should we
fucking
stop
stupid?
working?
Wait.
So we just gonna
stop
vote
working?
niggas in that we
Hold on.
don't give a fuck about?
Should we
ain't
stop
giving them that
working?
money. We gotta give a fuck.
Hold on.
Should we stop working?
Are you
So then no
fucking
one
crazy?
gets paid?
Y'all are talking like this. Like
Hold
y'all
on,
are talking
hold on.
like
Bro,
this.
you're
It's crazy.
talking,
Don't
I'm
put
talking
me in a
the
box.
world,
Don't put
and
me
y'all are
in no
talking
box.
like this.
bro.
Don't put me in no box.
Hold on.
You're not stating not one fact. This
It's
is
a
all
fact that politicians
ideology.
get paid by us through taxes. That's a fact.
What
Right,
does that
It's a
have
fact.
to
That
do
is-
with
if-
police
if
brutality or
30,000
systemic
people
racism?
put their money into a stock, that the stock goes up. That's a
You
fact.
think- You
What are you
think the
talking
stock
about?
market is gonna bring black
All right,
people?
no. All right, if you don't think it's gonna come from that, then
Hold
you
on,
tell
hold
me
on,
where it's
hold
gonna
on.
come from, please.
This
We're
is
gonna
all.
sell,
This
we're
is
gonna
all
sell
Hold on.
sneakers
a
all day
Hang on,
theory.
and make
hang
this
on.
money to fix the neighborhood. Where's it gonna come
Hang
from,
on.
Graham?
Hang on. Hold on.
Like you
Yo.
sound nuts. You sound fucking dumb. I
Yo,
put your
hold on.
fucking
You
daughter
think-
in a pen and you still can't see it. You still
How
can't
is
see
that
it.
gonna free her from
If
systemic
50 million
racism?
people give your daughter $1 for
She'll be
stock in this
rich, and
pen,
that's all
she
she'll
will
be.
be a
She'll
millionaire.
still be hated. She'll still be
It don't
tortured.
matter. That
She'll
has
still
nothing
be
to do
hated.
with
She'll
shit.
still be
Who gives a
tortured.
fuck if
She
you're
won't-
hated? If
she
you're a
won't be
millionaire,
happy.
you don't give a fuck about hate if you're a millionaire.
Why
Who
are
gives
you
a fuck?
yelling?
You
Why
think
are
Jeff
you
Bezos
yelling?
gives
Why
a
are
fuck
you
about what you
yelling?
think about him?
Why are you yelling?
You
Because
can't.
y'all are
You
Can we just go
this
back?
is
Can we
your
just go
mind.
back
Hold on
to
a
the
second.
This is
review,
what
please?
this is your
But KJ,
problem.
KJ,
No,
This is
money,
your
can't
money
do
problem.
one thing.
It's not
This
about-
is the
it's not
black
about-
community's problem right here.
Hold on,
I'm
KJ.
putting you
It's
in a
not-
scenario. I'm telling you how your daughter could get rich, and you telling me
It's
about
not all
how
about
niggas
being
are too
rich,
Hold
bro.
close to
on,
her.
KJ.
You sound
KJ,
fucking
listen for-
dumb. That
It's
don't
not
KJ,
mean
about
listen for a
being
second.
rich.
KJ, listen for a second. Just because that person becomes a millionaire doesn't mean, yeah, they can get all the hate they want.
Nothing
But it's not gonna,
Y'all
it's
are
not,
changes.
still thinking
but
like
it's not gonna
this.
stop.
Y'all
No,
are
no, but it's
still
not gonna
thinking like
changes.
this.
Hold on, it's not gonna stop anybody from
It's
treating that
not
person
about. You're never
differently.
gonna stop it, Stan. You're never
So
gonna
then,
stop it.
so then, why is
God.
what?
Y'all are
What is it?
thinking
What
like
is?
this. Y'all are thinking like this instead of group collective.
But
You're
the
not
point is
thinking
to
as a
stop
group.
it. The
If
point
we
is to
all
stop it,
do
though.
this little
The point
thing,
is to end systemic
thing,
racism.
everybody, this person becomes a millionaire. 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 Because we all put our money together in this girl. What are we talking about right now? We're talking about
What are you
financial
talking about?
freedom.
I just want to go back
Financial
to where
freedom
we
will
were.
not stop me from being discriminated
It
against.
doesn't matter if you're discriminated if you own the fucking land and police. It don't matter.
That's not how that
Are you
works.
fucking dummies? If I own
That's not-
my whole block, who
Yo.
the fuck is gonna tell me to leave?
Yo.
Nobody.
The fucking cops, dude.
All right.
Yo,
all right, I'm done. I'm
you don't
signing
own
out.
the
That's
Y'all
not
look
how
right
this
there. I'm
works.
signing out, man. I'm signing out.
Yo,
Y'all
that's
cool.
not
That's not how this
it
works.
Turn my mic. Let me turn my video because y'all sound fucking retarded.
Why are you getting? Well, don't first of
Yo.
wow.
Yo, he don't understand
First of all,
that
That's not how-
riches.
that's not how
we
this
really got
works.
off from talking about the review of the movie. Space Ghost, bring your ass back. Never that
Yo,
serious.
riches does not buy
It
freedom.
doesn't.
Can we just
It doesn't.
let's just
It
let's
never
just,
has.
let's wrap
It
this
might
up.
buy a state of mind of
because
ease. But what I'm trying to say is this. What I'm saying is this. The Black Panther Party back then was onto something. They knew who to go. Like, listen, y'all poor too. Y'all white people poor just as we. Why you hate me? When we supposed to be hating the common enemy, which is the people that don't give us our government money or don't want to give us real jobs. That's the common enemy.
Don't talk
We
about
don't-
money because you don't. It doesn't matter. You're still gonna be You're still
Mute
gonna
your
be
mic.
hated
Go
by the
back to
racist
mute.
people
Bye-bye.
because you're rich.
Bye-bye.
Because you're rich. So
Mute
don't
your
talk
mic.
about money.
So-
who gives a fuck? The Black Panthers wanted money. Why? Because they're still gonna be racist.
They didn't want money. They didn't want money. They never asked for money. They never asked for money once.
What did Fred Hampton say to the lady?
He never
What
asked
did
for
Fred
money
Hampton
once.
say to the lady?
Tell
What
me
did
a
Fred
fact.
Hampton say to the
Tell me
lady?
a fact where they
What
asked
said-
for
he
money.
said your
Show me
contribution
a
is only
fact.
$1.
Google it.
That's it.
Where show they
He
asked for
needed
money.
$1.
They
What did
never
he
asked
do
for money
to get
once.
the clinic?
People
He needed the
wanted
money.
to help
Don't talk to
out
me
of the
about money.
kindness
please.
of their hearts. They wanted to help. They walked in after watching the devastation of that headquarters being burnt down. Fred Hampton in jail, crying, so depressed and sad. Kids walked off the street and said, hey, can we help? I got a couple dollars, buy a couple paint or a couple trash pails. They never once asked for money. They didn't do no
Don't
fucking
talk about money. Don't talk
fundraiser.
about money because they
It's
put up
not
those
about
walls
that.
with hard
It's
earned
about
love.
people coming together collectively and
Your
making
face
shit
got me
happen.
dying talking about money.
Money, if you
Let's
eliminate
just
money
go
in
back
the world,
to the
all we
let's
have
wrap
is
this
each
up.
other. That's it.
All
What
right,
do I have?
hold each other.
What
with
do you
no bank
have?
account.
What can I use? What can I give? That's all it's about. The white people helped, the Spanish people helped, the black people helped. They helped each other, they came together and they made a fucking great thing. The Black Panther Party brought together every culture there was out there. If you believed in Martin Luther King, if you believed in Malcolm X, they brought you together. Hey man, we can't do it with violence. We already seen that. We can't do it with nonviolent protests. We've seen that with Martin Luther King. We had to come together collectively. And that was the main objective of the movie. I believe that was their main and sole purpose of the Black Panther Party, to show them a different side of things, that we have to come as one. We can't do it alone. The black people cannot do it alone. And
that's really what
time and time again. If you eliminate money, all they had was people. You have people in places that inherited stuff, right? Like, hey, listen, we can even take it back to the fucking the slavery days, back in Harriet Tubman days. They didn't have no fucking money. They was giving stuff by people who were kind enough to like, listen, I respect. I don't believe in this. I believe in something greater. I'm gonna help you. They didn't put money in their hand. Come inside. Here's a coat. Here's a warm bed. They gave them shelter. They gave them food. They gave them the necessities of life. That's all people want. That's all the black people want is peace. We don't want to walk outside. We don't want to walk outside and be threatened or feel like we're targeted because we're black. Spanish people, same thing.
That's what scared J. Edgar Hoover. That's what scared the FBI. That's what scared white people.
Didn't he say that? He said when we locked up Huey Newton, I'm sorry, I'm standing. When we locked up Huey Newton, it made him famous. That's what he said. Don't fucking put him to jail. Kill him. Martin Luther King, they locked him up. They made that nigga famous. Kill him. Malcolm X, kill him.
That's why
it's just crazy to me.
Them. The free breakfast program scared them because what they thought was that black people were gonna sit these kids down and say, this is what you need to do. You need to hate these people. When in reality, they were just providing free breakfast so that they could pay attention to school. So it's essentially what you're I understand where Cage is coming from. I do, but it's not about just that. It's about a lot of things. It's about education. It's about healthcare. It's about all these things that are put together to get to a common good. Because if my inherently white people are afraid of us. They're afraid of us being successful. My gamer tag on Xbox Live is your worst nightmare. One time, this is way off topic, but one time I was playing. It was either Halo or Gears of War. Some white kid from like Middle America asked me why my gamer tag is your worst nightmare. And I told him because I'm black and I have a bachelor's degree. Like that's what they're afraid of. They're not afraid of us getting money and owning our own. They don't care, because when we did in Oklahoma in the 20s, what did they do? They came in and torched it anyway. They're not afraid of that. What they're afraid of is the
unity. They're afraid of us coming together.
Let me tell you.
Education.
Hold on. Let me tell you this. Let me just put this in perspective, because I'm done talking. I'll let Martin Luther King talk.
Damn, you sound mad though.
You sound mad. Martin Luther King
listen.
Nobody gave him money.
Listen.
The book.
Listen.
From the Lord.
Listen.
On the question of racial justice and racial equality, but over and over again at the same time, it made certain backward steps. And this has been the persistence of the so-called white backlash. In 1863, the Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery. But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land.
Why is that?
Freedom meaningful. And at that same period,
Because they owned it.
America was giving millions of acres of land.
And they gave it to their own people.
You're not listening.
Which meant that America
I know the speech,
was
nigga.
willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor that would make it possible.
They gave it to the people that look like them.
I'm done. I'm done talking, man.
All right, mute and go back to your fucking
Go
camera.
to Martin
nigga.
Luther King,
Bro, you
and listen
Martin
to him
Luther-
speak about
listen to
financial
his-
All right,
freedom.
my phone is on
and why it's
10%. So
important.
can we like? I don't want my
Wrap it up.
phone to
Go
die
ahead,
while
wrap
we're
it up.
still recording. I just
it's-
feel like if. Go ahead,
Go
Cram.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I just feel like if I get where Space Ghost is coming from too, because majority the saying is money, power, and respect in that order. Without the money, you can't get the power and you won't get the respect. And I feel as though, you know, it's hard. It's hard. We can't really grow unless we do have unity. We can't really grow unless we do come together collectively. It's just the starting is the hardest part. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But the starting is, they never tell you that the starting of it is gruesome. And
Yeah,
I
100%.
feel like this movie, because I really just want us to circle back to where we were starting off, which is the movie. The movie is basically just depicting where, we're coming collectively as a group to focus on what needs to be said. And that's what needs to be done, is that this movie really portrayed about the people coming together and the people holding the higher power. My phone is dying.
If I could say one thing, I think the movie pretty much encapsulates what we're talking about now. I think at the end, KJ, I agree with you. I do. I think money is very important to, financial freedom is very important to what we need to do to succeed. However, I think just like Bill O'Neill was out for himself, there are too many people that are out for themselves, and it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a human thing. Human nature just dictates the way we are. That's just the way it is. We are who we are. You're gonna look out for your own survival more, and the people that don't look out for their own survival, I give them credit. Those are the people that stick out in history. Those are the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, the Fred Hamptons, the Huey Newtons. Those people, unfortunately, just come very rarely, once a generation. So it is what it is. I don't know, but the movie is good.
That's it. All right. Sign us out. Sign us out, Mark.
This is Nobody's movie review podcast. What an electrifying and intense night. We discussed the
This
movie.
was great.
It
This
was definitely
really
great.
good.
I think
Space Ghost is pissed
definitely
off.
need
Just
look
know,
into
just know
Space
if
Ghost
this
is
show starts
moving
making
forward,
money,
but
you guys chose your freedom over a check.
What freedom?
It don't matter. Whatever you
I'll
guys,
take
you
my
guys
freedom.
chose whatever Mark was talking about. You chose that over a check. So if this show makes some money,
I don't speak for nobody but my own
We're
self.
still not free. I don't know what part you're getting. We are still not free.
Here we
I don't give a
go.
fuck. I don't give a
All
fuck
right, so
about
this
that.
is it's Cram on Instagram. Follow me. I haven't made my page private yet. Right beneath me, we have Space Ghost.
It looks
It's
different.
now
I-
ITSNELLZ. See you guys next week.
Funny man Stan. Listen, comment
I
on the
don't
video,
understand.
dude. Like I wanna know what other people feel about this. I want to hear other people chime in on this.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. All right. Peace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Peace.